Live from the WACH Fox Studios, this is Good Day Columbia, starting your day the local way, right now.
All right, welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Take a look at Destiny Chance and Courtney King having a great time, folks, here at Batesburg-Leesville. Of course, Good Day Columbia, a special edition of In Your Town in Batesburg-Leesville. Good morning, everyone. I'm Freddie Clairvaux. All morning long, we've been learning about this town, its rich history, its food, as well as the South Carolina Poultry Festival that started last night, and it's going through tomorrow. We have so many much more things in store for you the last 2 hours here of Good Day Columbia, including, folks, an interview with the newly elected superintendent of the entire school district here in Batesburg-Leesville, folks. He's going to start in July, but we have an interview with him exclusively here on WACH Fox. And of course, our Tyler Ryan is going to show us all the food trends that we need to know across town here. But before we get to that, your headlines for the day. Our Britt Conway has those headlines, but Lauren Naleski has your forecast. Lauren, what's the weather going to be like?
Hey, Friendy, how you doing this morning?
Hi, Friendy.
Okay, so he asked the question, what's the weather going to be like today? I mean, I know we got that subtropical storm kind of brewing out there.
We've got our first named storm of the season. Now everyone thinks, hey, it's not June 1st yet. It's not unusual to see some formation during the month of May. The good news, though, we're going to see minimal effects.
We're kind of in the clear.
We are, because it's going to stay further out to the east. So let's take a look right now at your Skywatch Doppler radar to get you going. Not a whole lot right now popping up on radar for us. Clear in the Midlands right now. In fact, a gorgeous sunrise outside. We've got some warnings and watches down near the coast. I'm going to talk about those more in my next update, but I want to get you out the door real quick. Temperatures mild to start you off. 6s are your first numbers, not in the 50s like we were yesterday. 61 up in Camden and Winsboro right now. Same with Saluda. 64, in Lexington, Columbia, and in Orangeburg right now. A couple clouds maybe popping up throughout parts of the morning, but not a bad start. 74 by around 10 o'clock this morning. We'll talk more about your Friday. Yes, we've made it to the weekend, and the potential impacts that Anna could bring us coming up in my next update.
Well, this morning, deputies in Aiken County are looking for 2 people they say are armed and dangerous. They think that these 2 people beat an 81-year-old man to death. This is 33-year-old Donald Hurdicant Jr., and in a minute you'll see a picture of 33-year-old Sandra Marie Evans. Well, apparently, police say they think that they knew Claude Ward, the 81-year-old man who was found dead in his home in Aiken on Wednesday. And these 2 are now facing murder and burglary charges. They could be driving a 2013 Toyota Tundra. Call Crime Stoppers if you know where they might be. Right now, we're still waiting to hear more from police about a standoff that's been going on Farmview Street since last night. Now, this is, of course, video shortly after all of this started happening. And we're told somebody called Columbia Police to check on a family member around 5 o'clock. And when police got out there, they say the man had barricaded himself inside his house and was threatening to hurt himself. Now, a crisis negotiation team and SWAT were both called out. As soon as we have any more information, we'll let you know. A teenager in Orangeburg County is in some serious trouble right now after making multiple threats against Lake Marion High School. Investigators say 17-year-old Terrell Whaley has made 5 threats since last month. During one of those calls, deputies say he told the person on the line that he hated Lake Marion High School and was going to blow it up.
They need to know that this is something that we take seriously. And we, with the manpower that we have to put out there, doing the actual bomb threat, we're going to put double the manpower out there to catch whoever's doing it. And right now we have the technology to run them down. So we're going to get you.
Well, now Whaley has been charged with making bomb threats and conveying false information about bomb threats. He could face up to 10 years in prison here. And this is from his bond hearing yesterday. And deputies say there could be even more arrests. Now, this morning, we're learning more about another officer-involved shooting in South Carolina. That's the 17th this year. Now, this one happened yesterday during a home invasion in Charleston. The guy who owns the house is the one who got shot. SLED is investigating right now, but here's what we know so far. We're told 2 men walked into a house in Charleston while the man who lives there was in the laundry room. Well, that's when a neighbor called 911. And when officers got there, they found the homeowner holding a gun, and he'd started shooting at the intruders, who ended up getting away on bikes. And deputies say they ordered the homeowner to drop his gun, but they say he never did. So they shot him, hitting him in the neck. Still no word, though, right now on how he's doing. Well, 2 teenagers in Newberry County are still missing right now. They've been gone for more than a week. Now take a look. This is 15-year-old Jonathan Dennis. In a minute, you'll see a picture of 16-year-old Alicia Skipper. Apparently, they ran away from home, but investigators are worried that they might be in danger right now. Last night, the community came together to host a prayer vigil for those teens. Now, there were people there dressed in green, a color to represent runaway children. People also released green balloons, a symbol of the positive thoughts they're sending out to these two kids.
Come home or just text us and let us know you're okay, because the sleepless nights of not knowing if you have food or clothing is just unbearable.
I just want them to come home. I want them to know that our arms are wide open. No matter what choices they've made to this point, our arms are wide open to them, and we are praying for them diligently.
But we're working with all different law enforcement agencies to get the word out, and hopefully somebody will see something and come forward.
Police are actively looking for these two, so if you know anything that can help them, call the Newberry County Sheriff's Office or the Newberry Police Department. Now, these teens were last seen driving a 2006 Hummer H3. We'll have more information on our website, Alicia and Jonathan, with pictures of them on our website right now. Just go to WACH.com. Well, now to another missing persons case, this time in Calhoun County. And now SLED has joined this investigation. 41-year-old Paulette Scott hasn't been seen since March 26th, and none of her family members have heard from her since then either. Before she disappeared, she apparently told her family she needed to clear her head. If you know where she is or know anything that can help police find her, call Crime Stoppers. Again, that number is 1-888-CRIME-SC. Well, in your State House Watch this morning, SC State is finally going to get a new board of trustees. A decision that's, of course, been in the works for quite some time now. The House and Senate approved the measure that was passed on Wednesday, and that would sack the current board and replace it with a temporary one that can hopefully dig the school out of a big financial crisis. Now, four members of the current board have already resigned on their own terms. Now, the rest of them are only one step away from being replaced.
What it means is that South Carolina State can turn the page and move forward toward righting the ship and getting about the business of educating young people in this state.
And Governor Haley is expected to sign the measure into law, and once she does, well, that new board needs to be elected within 7 days. The state's $7 billion budget just got the thumbs up. After days of debate, it finally came to a 42-3 vote. Now, that deal includes $800 bonuses for state workers. $4 million would be sent to counties for 2014 ice storm damage, and all the rest of that money would go to counties for state roads. Now, exactly how much extra money will go into the budget depends on what the Board of Economic Advisors finds when they meet May 21st. Well, South Carolina just got a big surprise from this guy. Take a close look. You recognize him. That's Stephen Colbert. The Carolina native and national comedian says he will help pay for every classroom project in South Carolina. And that's nearly 1,000 projects at more than 375 schools. He's partnering with Share Fair Nation and ScanSource to make it happen. The total dollar amount here, $800,000.
Live from the Skywatch Weather Center is Lauren Oleski with your weather forecast.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Starting off pretty clear in the Midlands right now. It's mild in terms of the temperatures, though. We're in the mid-60s right now. You can see some orange off near the coast. Well, those are watches and warnings issued because of subtropical storm Anna. We've got a tropical storm warning for the coastal waters of South Carolina. Tropical storm watches are issued for the coastal counties of South and North Carolina. And we've also got those small craft advisories issued down near the coast as well. Elevated waves because of the elevated wind speeds that we're seeing from Anna, tossing and turning some of those smaller boats out there. So if you've got plans to head to the beaches this weekend, I suggest you go west instead, because you're not going to have the most wonderful looking forecast out there. Anna right now moving at 45 mile per hour, maximum sustained winds, moving very slowly at 1 mile per hour. At 2 a.m., the advisory had it moving at 2 miles per hour, and then at the 5 o'clock update, it slowed down a little bit. So you can see here in our future watch that it's going to kind of sit out to sea over the next few days. Now, tomorrow, we have better chances to see some rain. Today we'll see a partly cloudy sky. A passing shower is possible. I think we'll have better rain chances tomorrow, and then again better rain chances on Sunday as the actual storm makes landfall early Sunday morning. So not a bad forecast for your Friday, but keep the umbrella handy in case. Temperatures today will be in the low 80s. It will definitely be breezy as well. Britt?
Thanks so much, Lauren. Well, coming up on Good Day Columbia, we have a lot more of Good Day in your town. They're out live in Batesburg-Leesville all morning, and it's a Food Friday. Tyler's talking barbecue.
Oh, guys, I tell you what, you can see the ribs are coming off and the butts are coming off the rack. We're going to learn about chicken and butts and ribs here on a Food Friday at Sheely's. Look at that. That, my friends, is America. I'm just saying, we're live and local in Batesburg-Leesville. Go at it, my friend. Get to it. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Stay with us. Guys, we're live and local this morning, of course, in your town, Batesburg-Leesville, as the entire GDC cast is down here. A lot of us, I guess not the entire thing. We're down learning about Batesburg-Leesville, Poultry Festival, and of course on a Food Friday, brought to you by U.S. Food Chef Store. We cannot come to Batesburg-Leesville without seeing Leo the Cable Guy here, a.k.a. TK Kaminer.
Get her done.
Do it again.
Get her done.
I knew it. Sheely's Barbecue. So we have rubbed our butts. We've rubbed our chicken, ribs. What do we got in here?
We got ribs and chicken in here ready to come out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Try and get you a sample.
All right, TK, when you're going to do this at home, or what are you guys doing? How long do you cook these things for?
These here, 3.5 to 4 hours.
Okay.
It varies.
And this is smoker. How hot are you running this smoker?
This smoker's right at 250.
250, so it's a slow cook. It's not, because when I get home and I crank that up and I put like 450 toss it in, I'm thinking like it's an electric microwave, All right, let's see what we got. Oh, yeah.
There's a rotator around.
A little light on the chicken there, TK. I'm just saying there ain't a lot of food. I've already been in here already. Good golly. Here they come around. Guys, this smells so darn good, though. Oh, here they come. Look at this. There's like the rack of ribs that we went ahead and put the dust on a little while ago. That was really good. And I see that, and the ribs coming, and I see some chicken. There it is. Boy, this is good. How many of these do you think you go through in a day?
These here, like 380 racks.
380 racks in a day.
In a day.
Good gracious almighty, Joe Friday.
And then when 4th of July comes around, multiply that by 2.
Are you serious? That much? Gosh darn. All right, so here's the chickens. Here's some ribs. Go ahead and let's yank these things off and give these a try.
All right.
Is there proper etiquette for eating ribs? Or is it just kind of you rack them and eat them and
well,
it off?
A lot of people try to be proper.
Right.
And pull it off with a fork.
Heck with that. Nah. All right, toss me some ribs on there. Give me some ribs. Let's bring this on over. Got about a minute left, so here we go. Come on. How do we do this? Oh, toss that one on. There we go. All right.
All right, usually for the customer, we'll go ahead and take the leg off.
Okay.
And then we'll cut the thigh off.
Right.
And then we'll decorate the pan.
You're like a doctor, man. You like know exactly where the pieces they are. Or at least
a little precision.
I'm just going to reach in there and try some of this.
Try your...
That is 250 degrees is what that is. Wait a minute. I'll try it. Okay, here we go. Risking a sure burning. Oh, that's good. Oh.
I'm going to give you a good little slither.
All right.
Of meat off the rib.
Guys, I want you to see the slow cooking. If you can do it at home or here at Sheely's, look how juicy that is. I mean, it really is soft. I mean, it's really hot.
and your smoke kind of gives it a pink flavor.
Right.
A lot of northerners think, oh, that chicken's not done. But this chicken, the smoke gives it a pink.
them Yankees is what he's saying. Guys, we're going to continue on. Oh, look at this.
See, you got a good smoke ring on that one there.
Look at that right there, guys. That is amazing. Hang on. Wow. That is really, really good. TK Kaminer here at Sheely's Barbecue on a Food Friday. We're going to continue live in local Batesburg-Leesville is where we are today. We're going to get going. We're going to go ahead and pull some butts off, too, and get some real good barbecue going on here at Sheely's. This is amazing. It's soft and tasty. And some chicken. Woo! It's a poultry festival, right? Don't they say? Here's my poultry. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia, ladies and gentlemen. Friendly Claire Vogt here. Before we begin this part of our broadcast, we just want to thank Mr. Gordon May from the Coffee Stop and Wine Shop. He told me to make sure I had to wine it like that, Wine Shop. Thank you so much for the coffee and the bagels. Folks, we've been here all morning long in Batesburg-Leesville. We've been talking about the town's history. We've been talking about the South Carolina Poetry Festival. And now we're focusing on education. Joining me now is the superintendent-elect of the Lexington School District 3, Dr. Randall Garrett. Good morning, Dr. Garrett.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. You know, tell the folks a little bit about yourself. I know people across the Midlands maybe want to know, who's this next top educator here?
Well, obviously, I'm Randall Garrett. I've been the assistant superintendent here in Batesburg-Leesville for about almost 2 years now. I've really enjoyed it. Before that, I was in the Richland School District 2, teacher, educator, coach, and principal for the last 12 years over at Dent Middle School. So I'm excited about this new role that I've been in and transitioning into the superintendency.
Speaking about that transition, you officially begin July the 1st. You mentioned you're the assistant superintendent now. How is that going to help you transition to become the superintendent?
I think it's great being here now. I don't have to wait until pardon me, July 1st to come in new. I'm working with as part of my transition plan now. I'm getting in actually this upcoming Tuesday. I'm going to be speaking with the Rotary Club. I've already spoken with some groups of teachers and will continue to do so. And I kind of laid out with the board part of what I want to do during my first year and getting out with groups. And I had some invitations to a couple of churches and those types of things. So I'm excited about kind of getting the word out about some of the things they have to look forward to.
And that's really good. You know, just recently lawmakers voted to remove Common Core and of course having new math and reading standards. And we know many times being in a rural community, sometimes some people are afraid that the education is not up to par as everybody else in the state. What are you going to do to make sure that the education folks, the students here, are being educated well?
Okay. Well, I can tell you there's no doubt, and some people may have that thought about them. But it's sad they feel that way. They need to come out and take a look at the great things that we're doing and will continue to do. One of the things we're concentrating, and some people may have heard about the profile of the 21st century graduate, which is we're going to make sure that we're teaching kids to be more than just doers. We're going to teach them more than just the science, the social studies, the math, the courses. We want to focus on those 21st century skills, the soft skills, creativity, collaboration, communication, because those are the things that they do in the workplace. We want our kids, when they leave, to be college and career ready. And we're going to make sure we continue to build programs, enhance and expand what we have to ensure they're prepared when they come out. And I have a great team here, and we've been doing that. We'll continue to do it even better.
All right, Dr. Randall Garrett, thank you so much for that. It's the superintendent-elect. He'll begin on July the 1st. All right, we're going to toss it back to Lauren Oleski right now. Lauren, give us the weather forecast.
Live from the SkyWatch Weather Center is Lauren Oleski with your weather forecast.
Thanks, Friendy. Good morning, everyone. So let's take a look at the wind speeds that we're seeing this morning. A northeasterly wind. It's going to be a little breezy at times today. Right now, we're seeing those wind speeds between about 5 miles per hour out in Saluda and 14 miles per hour right now in Sumter. So because of the storm off the coast, it'll get a little breezy at times today. Let's take a look at the winds across the state right now. Florence up to 13 miles per hour, 16 in Myrtle Beach, 16 in Charleston as well. And as Anna continues to move closer, those winds will likely be picking up in speed quite a bit. Let's take a look right now at what we're seeing with this system. So again, we've got our first named storm of the season. Winds right now at 45 miles per hour. And it's moving north-northwest at a whole 1 mile per hour right now. Very slow-moving system. And you can see over the next few days that it's only going to be making landfall by early Sunday morning. Just kind of going to show you how slow this system is moving, taking its time, likely weakening back down. Likely weakening, I should say, by Monday early morning on your Monday. So we'll continue to see the chance for some rain through the weekend. Better chances actually for tomorrow and Sunday once the storm gets closer. So today, a partly cloudy sky. A passing shower is possible, but I think we've got better rain chances tomorrow because the storm will be closer to the coast. Maybe a thunderstorm, but most of it will just be some light rain, and the shower will just kind of pass through again as it kind of continues to spin and moves up the coast of the state. So let's take a look at your forecast, your 7-day forecast. We even have the chance to see some rain for your Mother's Day. I know you're all likely wanting to celebrate all the moms out there. You could probably still get outside if you want to, but you might get rained on maybe for 10-15 minutes. Then the sky will clear for you. Staying warm through next week. We could hit 90 degrees by Tuesday. We're going to go send it back out to Batesburg-Leesville. Courtney King is now sitting down with Friendy. We've got our morning sports update. How's it going, guys?
Well, Courtney, the sun is like right in our eye. It's coming up. And speaking about coming up, you have sports for us.
Yes, so we're out here in Batesburg-Leesville. We've been talking a little bit how it's like Friday Night Lights. And it's funny because they're both the Panthers. So we'll talk with running back Terrence Wilson and talk about the recruiting process. He could potentially stay in state and be either a Tiger or a Gamecock. So we'll talk about that coming up in sports.
Live from the WACH Fox studio, here is Courtney King with your sports update.
All right, welcome back to Good Day Columbia. We are here in Batesburg-Leesville. We've been broadcasting since 5 o'clock this morning, and we're also focusing on the South Carolina Poultry Fest. But before we get to that, one of the things about small rural towns, small towns, you think of sports and the movie Friday Night Lights.
Well, and I personally am Lauren Oleski, and I prefer the show. It's on Netflix. But you love a small town that supports their sports because they shut down. They really support the teams.
Right.
And as I've learned about Batesburg-Leesville, it seems how it is, especially with the football program. So I talked with head coach Perry Woolbright and with running back Terrence Wilson, who is actually going through that recruitment process and figuring out where he's going to go next. So I talked with the two about what is next for the Star.
What I always tell them is I'll advise them, academic-wise, I make sure they stay on the track there. And then when it comes to their choices, it's got to be their choice. It's going to be their home the next 4 or 5 years. Biggest thing I tell them is they got to be able to take football out the picture and say, can I go to school there?
Number 23, Terrence Wilson.
I know Coach helped me out a lot, and the guys that I talk to, the recruiting coaches, the coaches, they come, they're really good guys, it ain't really stressing. I think it's going to be good going into my senior year. It's feeling good. Really not thinking about where I'm just going into my senior season. I'm going into camps in the summer, so I'm just trying to find the right fit for me.
And what do you think would make the best fit?
Great academics, and going into a school that has the same offense that I'm into right now, just going in and knowing what to do and already know half of the stuff.
He would want to go somewhere that he still has that home environment, not somewhere where he's just going to be another number on the board, but somewhere where they're going to know his name, know who he is, and things like that, and be that small town feel.
Now, you heard Terrence mention academics. He said the education part of where he goes next is very important to him. He plans on majoring in business. Now, the entire football team is actually back on the field for spring practice. I'm pretty excited because that means it's closer to the Friday Night Lights. So here's head coach Perry Woolbright on their preparations right now.
Oh, definitely. This is what you look forward to. When the season ends, you're ready to get back out there and get cranked up, getting ready for next year. Our kids have had a great spring in the weight room, great spring in their spring sports and winter sports. And so, we're getting here toward the end of the year, so this will be a great time to go out and evaluate and see where we're at going into the summertime. So, there's a lot of excitement around here today about starting practice.
Gamecock softball falls 10-1 to number 2 Florida in the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament. They return home waiting to hear their fate in the NCAA tournament. They find out Sunday night at 10 p.m. when the selection show airs what happens next. Now, Gamecocks baseball travels to Texas A&M for three-game series. Highlights tonight on WACH Fox News at 10. But take a look at this. Alex Rodriguez passing Willie Mays with 661 career home runs, the 4th most of all time. The homer was projected 440 feet in the Yankees' 2-1 win over Joe Pollock's team, the Baltimore Orioles. And like we were talking about before, it's Willie Mays' birthday this week. So it's like, happy birthday, I broke your record.
Broke his record, right. All right, Courtney, thank you so much for that. Well, folks, stay with us because after the break, we'll have your headlines with Britt Conway as well as your weather with Lauren Oleski. Stay with us.
You're watching Good Day Columbia. Start your day the local way with Britt Conway, Friendy Clairvaux, Tyler Ryan, and Lauren Oleski's Skywatch forecast. Live from the WACH Fox studios, this is Good Day Columbia. Starting your day the local way right now.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia, everyone, and good Friday morning to you. I'm Friendy Clairvaux here in Batesburg-Leesville for In Your Town, a live remote. We've been here since 5 o'clock this morning, learning a lot about the town here in Batesburg-Leesville. Talking to the folks here. The mayor had a chance to speak with her, and also the chairman of the South Carolina Poultry Fest. That's going on right now. Tomorrow is the last day. But of course, we have a special show for you. So much more things in store as it relates to the town of Batesburg-Leesville. But before we get all to that, of course, we're going to toss it back over to the ladies. They're holding down the fort in downtown Columbia. Columbia. Lauren Oleski and Britt Conway. Good morning, ladies.
Hey,
morning,
Brittany. How are you? I know they look like they're having a lot of fun out there, and of course we have much more in store for you, including an interview with the new sheriff in Lexington County, Jay Kuhn. That's coming up in about an hour from now. A lot more from the Watch This Guy, more Food Friday with Tyler, and then a look at the behind-the-scenes life of being a firefighter in that area. But of course, we want to make sure you're covered on this end with your headlines and your weather as well. So now, Lauren, the big question is we're looking at subtropical Anna.
We can't let it go.
She can't let it go. The good news is she's not going to let it go really today or tomorrow even, maybe Sunday?
Yes. So it's going to mostly affect the coast. We're inland. We minimal effects here, which is some good news. Let's take a look, though, at your temperatures right now as you head out the door. We're in the 60s everywhere. 64 in Columbia and in Lexington right now, 64 in Orangeburg, 61 in Manning, 63 in Camden and in Sumter. So let's take a quick look at your satellite and radar loop, or satellite and radar across the southeast. There you can see most of the coast seeing some showers, but like I had just mentioned a second ago with Britt, minimal effects will be felt here in the Midlands. We're going to talk more about it coming up in my next update.
Thanks so much, Lauren. Well, time now for a look at your morning headlines. This morning, deputies in Aiken County are looking for two people who they say are armed and dangerous. They think these two people beat an 81-year-old man to death. The coroner says that's how they think this person died. Now, this is 33-year-old Donald Hurdicant Jr., and this is 33-year-old Sandra Marie Evans. Well, apparently, they knew Claude Ward, that man who was found dead in his home in Aiken on Wednesday. Now, these two are facing murder charges and burglary charges. And they could be driving a 2013 Toyota Tundra. Call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC if you know where these two might be. All right, now we're still waiting to hear a little bit more from police about this standoff on Farmview Street that started last night. And we're told someone called Columbia Police to check on a family member around 5 o'clock last night. And when police got out there, they say the man had barricaded himself inside and was threatening to hurt himself. You can see a crisis negotiation team and a SWAT team were called out as well. Now, this is a developing story. We'll continue to bring you more information as we get it. On your National Watch this morning, we're learning more about two men who launched an attack in Texas. The FBI says it gave police a warning about one of the attackers just hours before he opened fire. Mary Maloney has the latest on this story.
You come together and you pray 5 times a day with the brothers.
For the first time, we're hearing from one of the Texas shooters, Elton Simpson. In this fundraising video for an Arizona mosque, Simpson talks about using his faith as a kind of weapon.
Provides for you a form of weaponry to go out into the real world.
Friends say they would have never suspected Simpson or his accomplice, Nadir Sufi, of heavily arming themselves or shooting at police. One officer killed both men.
They were well armed, well prepared for the attack. They pulled up, fired an initial shot, and were put down still at the curb. They didn't get very far at all. So they were better armed than they were better planned.
But the FBI was so concerned about Simpson that 3 hours before the attack, the Bureau shared his photo and license plate information with local police. What agents in Garland police say they didn't know was that Simpson and Sufi had traveled from their Arizona home to Texas. Investigators say social media, including public conversations and private messages between Simpson and terror groups, may have helped inspire the attack, raising hard questions about how other potential recruits in the United States are communicating with terror operatives overseas.
If they can be targeted on social media and inspired by ISIL, one or two people can do an awful lot of very, very bad things.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
Live from the Skywatch Weather Center is Lauren Oleski with your weather forecast.
Good Friday morning, everyone. We've got some shower activity kind of well off the coast from subtropical storm, Anna. Watches and warnings issued for the coastal parts of the state as well. Tropical storm warning for the coastal waters and tropical storm watches for those coastal counties. Clear sky, though, here in the Midlands to get you started. Excuse me, here's a kind of a better look to show you, again, those tropical storm warnings issued there, about 24 hours to see those tropical storm conditions. Tropical storm watches up to 48 hours to see some of those tropical storm conditions, which will be those elevated wind speeds, at least 39 miles per hour. That is the minimum criteria for a tropical or subtropical system. And that very light pink color, small craft advisories because of those elevated waves due to the elevated wind speeds out there. Let's say you want to get away this weekend, or maybe you had plans to head out to the beaches. Well, how about you go west instead, out near Mountain Rest, South Carolina, the Chattooga River. That's out near Greenville. Not going to really be seeing much rain out there, maybe a passing shower, but the forecast looks pretty good. Take the whole family, celebrate Mother's Day out there. Temperatures in the 80s. Let's take a look at your future watch. So today, partly cloudy skies, not really a bad forecast today. Low 80s for the afternoon, high temperatures. You might see a passing shower. However, better rain chances will return tomorrow and Sunday because the system, Anna, is going to be moving a little bit closer. So you'll see tomorrow afternoon, maybe some showers kind of moving inland. Now, the eastern Midlands, you will see more effects than, say, our friends out to the west in Newberry and Saluda. But you'll likely see maybe a passing shower from the storm this weekend. Mid-60s tonight, staying cloudy, sunset at 8:12. We're going to go send it back out to Tyler, who is making some delicious barbecue this morning. Tyler, how's it going?
Well, Lauren, anybody can put on a pair of rubber gloves, right? Glove up, as TK would say. But when you put on the big dog daddy of rubber gloves, you know it's going to get real. At Sheely's on a Food Friday, we're talking barbecue, y'all. Do not move. Some might call it maybe just a light snack. Others call it hundreds of pounds of butt. Here at Sheely's Barbecue, as we do the In Your Town series live and local in Batesburg-Leesville. Of course, you have to have a Food Friday at Sheely's. Sheely's actually been around for over 40 years. Not only a great place to eat, but also a huge employer in the area. Over 100 people work at Sheely's Barbecue, including our team over here with David. You went and poured the mustard for me. David, oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're going to get you set up
here. Oh, good gracious now. David Kaminer. So what's going on now? These guys are getting the meat off the air, and you're pouring, I assume it's mustard base.
This is what it's called a mustard base.
Okay.
It's the base sauce.
All right.
We stir it in.
Now, this is a little different than I might do at home with a little pot.
Oh,
you take a big
yeah,
old plate and start reaching in with all your hands, right?
Yep.
All right. Oh, good gosh. Look at this, guys. Talk about playing with your food. Our Food Friday segment is brought to you by U.S. Food Chef Store. Can I play? What do I need to do?
All right, just take it and stir it up. And then just keep stirring it up good. Go right ahead. Have to step.
Okay, here we go. Now, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Playing with your food at its finest. How much of this meat do you produce in like, say, a week or a day? How many times do you do this?
We do this twice a week. Sometimes we have done it 3 to 4 times a week. Depends on how many caters we got, how big they are. This last week we done it 4 times.
Oh my gosh. You know what? You guys make guys are all big and tough too, because this meat is pretty heavy.
Well, it's got weighed down pretty good. Those white trays there are a whole about 65 to 70 pounds.
What is the secret to a great big stack of barbecue? How do you make this the perfect taste and flavor?
I just keep working at it.
You keep working? How long have you worked here?
I've been here about 9 years.
About 9 years. Good gosh. So now what kind of barbecue do you do? You got the mustard base. Do you do the vinegar
We
base?
do the vinegar and pepper also.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing, you know, too. And then they do that smoked beef out there and stuff.
Right.
You got a red sauce on it.
So show me the secret of how to break this up here. He's over here doing this.
Just all you do is take what we do, we get the bone out plus the excess fat.
Right.
And stuff like that. And anything else we don't like the looks of, we get it up, throw it away.
Right, and that gets out so that actually the meat at last is really good.
Yep, meat at last.
And boy, this stuff really just comes right off the bone.
Yep, that's what we get.
So nice. Look at this. Good gracious. So you're doing this a few times a week, so every time you eat it, it's good and fresh, and that's probably a good thing about it too. Why it's so darn good to taste.
Oh, yes. Yes, quite sure.
What is the best part of a butt? What is the best part of a meat?
Well, some people like different types, different packs of the meat. Now, right now, I was considered that 12. Very good down on the outside. Some people like, even some people, I had some said, wish we'd make that outside a little bit darker.
Right, and eat that skin outside.
Oh, yeah, eat the outside where it was hard.
Guys, look at this. How about some barbecue? You thirsty? You hungry? You like the mustard base? Here it is right here, guys. Yes, it is a Food Friday at Sheely's Barbecue. Do not miss the buffet. How many items are on that buffet? Like 100 million? How many things are on that buffet in there?
Hey.
A messa.
You name it, they keep putting it out there. We get it going. A mess of it.
Good gracious. David Cameron is one of the team here at Sheely's Barbecue. Getting ready for barbecue. This place is super yummy. You cannot come to Batesburg-Leesville and not come to Sheely's Barbecue. It's got a great history. We're going to learn about the history of Sheely's Barbecue in just a little bit. We're going to get out the way because I'm just kind of in the way of this great big stack of orange meat. I guess, no, that's not true. I guess they're going to put me to work today.
Yeah, we'll put you to work.
Yeah, guys, stay with us. We are live and local here at Sheely's Barbecue.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia, folks. A special edition of In Your Hometown. We've been broadcasting online this morning from Batesburg-Leesville this morning, having a great time. You know, sometimes the name gets kind of tied a little bit. Also known as BNL, for some of the folks who are here. I learned that earlier today. Destiny, you've been in town this week learning about some stuff.
Yes, I've been in B&L. I was able to come to this beautiful town. These people are so nice, and they basically were giving me a full breakdown of all of what goes down with the poultry festival, the behind-the-scenes thing. But, you know, when you think poultry festival, you think chickens, hens, turkey, eggs, whatever. But here they say that it means so much more. Just take a look.
The South Carolina Poultry Festival. It comes around every second week of May in the small town of Batesburg-Leesville, home to about 5,500 people. But don't let the small population fool you. This year, it's expected to make big noise.
Anywhere from 80 to 100,000 people over the 3 days. We have a very good feeling about this year's festival and feel like it could be as big or bigger than we've ever had.
Brent Shealy is the manager of Economy Furniture in Batesburg and has been on the festival steering committee since it first began.
29 years ago, when we had a meeting and were discussing ways to promote our town and our community, just spawned a lot of great things for our community here in Batesburg-Leesville.
But aside from the rich history, Brent says the town sets a $100,000 budget a year, especially for the Poultry Festival, and the town has been very supportive. He says their main initiative is to give back.
We also want to provide an admirable level of support for our schools and for our charitable organizations and civic organizations here in town. We give away a lot of scholarships, a lot of money in scholarships to local students.
He says 30% of the budget comes from sponsors that give. Another 30% comes from space rentals used at the festival, such as food, crafts, and commercial vendors. 25% comes from the amusement rides, and 15% comes from ads, souvenir sales, and the cake auction. Many of these elements tying together the true meaning of the festival.
Reunion-type events, not only with working with the festival, but with people attending and coming here and having fun, and it's just really a great thing, and to celebrate life, to celebrate family, and to celebrate friends.
Now, something else worth mentioning, they have 200 people that are on the volunteer committee staff when it comes to planning.
That's a lot of people,
yes,
Destiny.
Especially for a small town like Batesburg-Leesville. Now, coming up in about an hour, we're going to have students from different schools of all over in Batesburg-Leesville. They're performing the Star Spangled Banner via sign language.
I want to see this. You know, I've always wanted to learn how to sign language.
Yeah, they're so excited about it, Friendy. Actually, earlier this week, if you look at the video, I visited the schools where they were practicing, and the teacher of this club says that it all started in 2012 because both impaired and non-impaired students wanted a way to communicate with one another. Now, she says she tries to keep it fun, and the students were especially excited this school year because they voted to learn Katy Perry's song Roar. Isn't that cool?
Roar, really?
Yeah, via sign language.
That's really cool. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
All right, folks, right now we're going to toss it back to the studio. Lauren Oleski with your weather forecast. Hey, Lauren.
Live from the SkyWatch Weather Center is Lauren Oleski with your weather forecast.
Thanks, Friendy. Good morning, everyone. We do have a clear sky in the Midlands right now. Very minimal shower activity off of the coast from subtropical storm Anna. Yes, we have our first named storm of the season. It is Anna. It is a subtropical storm, not a tropical storm. Characteristics are a little bit different within that system, but still going to be seeing wind, going to be seeing rain. You typically will see the same effects from the storm and the same impacts. It's hanging out off the coast, so most of the impacts will stay to the east today. A shower is possible, but it'll be very scattered and light if we see anything pop up in the Midlands right now. So let's take a look at currently what we're looking at with Anna. Right now it's stationary. That new advisory came out a minute or two ago, and it's not moving. It's about 170 miles southeast of Myrtle Beach right now, and there's actually a good amount of dry air kind of getting wrapped into the center of circulation. And you can see a lot of that moisture still well off of the coast. We'll set this in motion for you, and you'll see that this is paused at 6 o'clock tonight. There's not too much movement with it. Now, we could see a stray shower here in the Midlands today, but I think better rain chances will move into the region tomorrow. There you go, stray shower kind of popping up late into the afternoon. And then again on Sunday, later on in the afternoon. We'll keep you updated, and I'll keep you posted on this. But scattered shower activity, most of the effects, again, will be felt along the coast. But you'll see rain chances in the forecast through your Mother's Day. Not a washout or anything. Better rain chances, though, they return on Monday into early Tuesday with a cold front moving in. That front then stalls by Thursday, so rain chances come back into the forecast. But I'll keep you updated through the rest of the morning. Let's send it back out to Batesburg-Leesville with #WatchThis. Joe, how's it going?
Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, how's it going? Joe, I am here with hashtag Watch This and Team Ghost Riders. Why is a monkey riding a dog? We'll tell you next on hashtag Watch This. Welcome back to Good Day Columbia, live in Batesburg-Leesville. And we are here with the South Carolina Poultry Festival and Team Ghost Riders. Tim is, what do you call it, a trainer? What?
A lover.
He's an animal lover. And so he has here Little E that I'm holding. And what's the cowboy's name?
This is Sam.
Sam, and the dog?
Is Ned.
Ned and Sam. Now, what do you do when you're here with the people when they come to see you tonight at the South Carolina Poultry
We're
Festival?
going to do 2 shows tonight. These border collies, they're working dogs, and we're just going to round up some sheep and put them in. He's scared of the statue over there. Good boy.
Well, you go ahead and take a walk. And
that'll do.
This is what he does.
That'll do. Look
And
back.
they round up sheep, just like sheep herders, but the dog does it
Lie down.
with a
Lie
monkey.
down. Ned, that'll do. Good boy.
And so you can come out tonight to the South Carolina Poultry Festival and see this happen. And yeah, even Little E here, a friendly guy. My first time holding a monkey this morning.
That'll do.
But I tell you, we've had a couple people here all morning long watching us, but nothing like what we have here, because everybody wanted to come out and see the monkey and the dog. I don't know, Friendy, if you've ever seen a monkey ride a dog before, but this is, it's going to be unique tonight, and you can come see Team Ghost Riders and everybody else at the South Carolina Poultry Festival. This is hashtag Watch This. We'll be back with more from Batesburg and Leesville coming up on Good Day Columbia.